Senator Nina Turner.
Aiken, South Carolina, where you at? It is such a pleasure to be here with you this afternoon. As y'all can hear, or is it still morning? This afternoon. And as you can hear, my voice is a little hoarse. Traveling all over this great state many times, talking about the vision and the vigor of Senator Bernard Sanders. Hello. And isn't it lovely, isn't it wonderful to have a champion that understands that the working poor, the working poor, the barely middle class in this country need to have the body politic bend towards their will. But we deserve to live a good life. Hello, somebody that understands that our tax dollars cannot just be used to bail out Wall Street. We need to put a down payment on Main Street. Hello, somebody. Somebody who does not equivocate when it comes to a fierce, a boldness, when it comes to knowing and understanding that healthcare is a moral right. Somebody that understands that we must change a legal system in this country that is racist to its core. Hello, somebody. A leader who is, in the words of Dr. Cornel West, a long distance runner for justice. Hello, somebody. Somebody that has been on the journey, not had an epiphany once he started running for president, but has been on this journey for a very long time. Hello, somebody. I recall, I'm old enough to remember, that's the new line now. I'm old enough to remember when Senator Bernie Sanders introduced the Stop Bezos Act along with Congressman Ro Khanna. I am old enough to remember when he stood side by side with Fight for 15 and SEIU and got 400,000 of our closest friends a wage increase. Hello, somebody. So it's not just about what he plans to do when he becomes the 46th president of the United States of America. It's about what he's doing right now. Hello, somebody. So when folks call the senator's agenda radical, what they call radical, I call right on time. The millions of people who are either uninsured or underinsured, having Medicare for all is not radical, it's right on time. Increasing the minimum wage to $15 an hour. Now, Aiken, I got to share a stat with you that about 50% of the black community does not make near $15 an hour. Hello, somebody. There's something wrong with that. Hello, somebody. We got a wealth gap. We got a wealth gap in this country that is based on race, and we need to change it. Hello, somebody. So when Senator Sanders says that he wants to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour, it's not radical, baby. It's right on time. Hello, somebody. When he says that we are going to legalize marijuana and expunge the records of folks who went down for marijuana, baby, that's not radical, it's right on time. And when the senator says that women deserve their whole damn dollar, where you at, ladies? Where you at, ladies? That's not radical, it's right on time. When he challenges the pharmaceutical industry that is making money hand over fist, their greed, that people are dying, literally dying, because they cannot afford their prescription drugs, when he says to them, I'm coming for your greed, that is not radical, it's right on time. And when the senator says that we are going to do a new thing, we are going to have a Green New Deal, we are going to invest trillions of dollars, we are going to bring world leaders to bear, because that is one thing that we cannot do just by ourselves. That is not radical, baby. It is right on time. Come on, somebody. College for all, not radical, but right on time. Hello, somebody. Canceling student debt, not radical, right on time. Come on, somebody. See, we need a leader that doesn't have a castle worldview. We need a leader who has a street worldview. Hello, somebody. Senator Bernard Sanders is that leader. So Aiken, we need y'all to come through. We need you, if you have not voted already, we need you to get out there to vote. Bring your friends and your frenemies. Hello, somebody. We know that our sisters and brothers in Iowa did the daggone thing. Hello, somebody. We know our sisters and brothers in New Hampshire did the daggone thing. Hello, somebody. And Lord have mercy, our sisters and brothers in Nevada, they dropped the mic.
Yeah!
So South Carolina, you got next, and we believe that you're going to come through. Come through, South Carolina.
Yeah.
Hello, somebody. Hello, somebody. So this is Aiken. Nothing too big. Only all that we love is on the line. That's all. Nothing too big. That's it. And so we need a leader with a vision. Somebody who understands that we are a hegemon nation and that we can get this done. And that leader's name is Senator Bernard Sanders. Hello. So I need you to do something for me. I need you to lift one hand for yourself and one hand for somebody else. It was the great Maya Angelou, Dr. Maya Angelou, who said, have the courage to stand up for yourself and then the courage to stand up for somebody else. And with these hands, we will have college for all. With these hands, we will have health care in this country that is universal. With these hands, we will cancel student debt. With these hands, we will cancel medical debt. With these hands, we will reform the legal system. With these hands, we will have transformation. With these hands, we will have a humane and just immigration system. And with these hands, we will elect Senator Bernard Sanders, the 46th president of the United States of America. Do y'all believe it?
Yeah.
Do you believe it? Do you believe it? Hello.
Hello, somebody.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, somebody.
Hello.
Somebody.
Come on, somebody. We're going to do this, man. I don't want you to get caught up, Aiken, in the hype and the negative narrative that some in the mainstream media is pushing. I want you to know that all great things in this nation that have ever been done to change the lives of people happened because everyday common people like you made it so. What Senator Sanders is proposing is in the very tradition of President FDR. Hello, somebody.
Yes.
When President FDR challenged the elites of his day, he said, I welcome your hatred. Hello, somebody. In 1944, President FDR, the Economic Bill of Rights, hello. And in that Economic Bill of Rights, he talked about having good retirement for the elderly, education, health care, jobs, hello somebody. All Senator Sanders is doing is adding to that for the 21st century Economic Bill of Rights, hello somebody. It's what we deserve. We deserve better than what we have been getting. And finally, we have a champion that is willing to go ham on the system. Hello, somebody. Ask a millennial what that means. So now we only can do this together, the rainbow mosaic of humanity, whether we are black or white, brown, indigenous, Asian American, gay, straight, religious or non-religious, that we are all in the same situation. If we are not a part of the 1%, we can transform this nation and transform it together. Hello, somebody. So I want to end with three things as we wait for the senator to come on out. Number one, I believe that the creator of this great universe has given us two hands. one to reach forward and one to reach back, lifting as we climb. We are our sisters and our brothers' keepers. You see, Aiken, I want for your family what I want for my family. I want for your community what I want for my community. I want for your state what I want for my state. And we should want for other nations what we want for ourselves. We are citizens of the world. Number two, and most importantly, we can't ask other folks to do more for us than we are willing to do for ourselves. Hello, somebody. And lastly, in the words of my grandmother was born in 1915. She could not read or write, but sisters, she could count her money. And she kept her money in the Southern Ladies Banking Trust. When I asked my grandmother, what does it take to be successful in life? She said, my dear granddaughter, all you need are the three bones: the wishbone, the jawbone, and the backbone. She said the wishbone is for hoping and praying, because hope is the motivator, but the dream is the driver. The jawbone is for speaking truth to power, to lift your voice. You see, titles are good, but purpose is better. Hello, somebody. And the most important bone of them all, the supercalifragilisticexpialidocious bone, is the backbone, because the backbone will keep us standing through all of our trials and our tribulations. And in this life, sisters and brothers, we're going to go through some stuff, but we can't have a testimony without a test. And we are being tested to determine whether we have courage enough. We are being tested to determine whether or not we have conviction enough. We are being tested to determine whether or not we are bold enough to come together as a people to do what is right, what is just, and what is good in our time. Hello, somebody. So Aiken, South Carolina, are we ready to do this?
Yeah.
Are you committed to getting out there and knocking on the doors?
Yeah.
Are you committed to bringing it all the way in? Yeah. We are going to do this thing. So again, hello somebody.
Hello somebody.
Hello somebody. Hello somebody. All right. So we are willing and ready to make Senator Bernard Sanders the 46th president of the United States of America. We're going to do it.
Oh look, I'm watching it on my phone.
You got another one. When I say feel, you say burn. Feel.
Burn.
Feel. Oh, come on, Aiken. When I say feel, you say burn. Feel.
Burn.
Feel. We're going to do this one more time. Come on now, Aiken. When I say feel, you say burn. Feel. Feel. All right. I hope y'all feeling good.
Yes, ma'am!
We're going to do this thing.
Yes, we are!
All of the naysayers,
Yes, we are!
we're going to do this thing.
Burn
I love you too, baby. Love you all. We are doing this. Love you too. Thank you. I see you too, Queen. We're going to do this thing. You know, these are heavy, heavy times. But I don't want you to lose faith and don't lose heart. Don't get weary in well-doing. We are going to be victorious. And we are going to be able to have a champion in the spirit of Eugene Debs. Hello, somebody.
Yeah.
In the spirit of Fannie Lou Hamer. Hello, somebody. In the spirit of Cesar Chavez. Hello, somebody. In the spirit of Congresswoman Barbara Jordan. Hello, somebody.
Yeah.
In the spirit of Congresswoman Shirley Chisholm. Hello, somebody.
Hey.
Calling out all my queens, my ancestors. In the spirit of Mother Jones, who once said that she would pray for the dead and fight like hell for the living.
Yeah.
We're going to do this thing. Love you too. Love you too. Guys, love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. Love you as well. Love you well. Love you.
Tell us about it.
Bernie, Bernie, Bernie,
Yes.
Bernie, 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 Bernie.
Come on, let's go, y'all. Bernie!
Bernie, Bernie,
Bernie! 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 Bernie!
Not me, us. 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 Not me, us.
Nobody's speaking like this for us.
Not me, us. Not me, us. Not me, us.
It's
Not me, us. Not me, us. Not me, us. Not me, us. Not me, us.
Bernie!
Thank you, Aiken! Let me thank Senator Nina Turner for her introduction. Thank all of you for coming out. With your help, tomorrow, we're going to win here in South Carolina. With your help, we're going to win the Democratic nomination. And with your help, we're going to defeat the most dangerous president in the modern history of this country. And I'll tell you why we're going to beat Trump. We're going to beat Trump not just because he's a pathological liar. We're going to beat Trump not only because he's running a corrupt administration. We're going to beat Trump not only because he is a racist and a sexist and a homophobe and a xenophobe and a religious bigot. Those are good reasons to beat him. But we're going to beat him for additional reasons. And I'll give you an example. Just an example. I want you all to think about this. Everybody here is aware that we have a major international healthcare crisis in terms of the coronavirus, right?
Yep.
And all over the world, countries are figuring out how we can deal with it. Donald Trump is in Charleston, South Carolina today. Do you know why? Do you know why he is here in Charleston, South Carolina? He does not even have any opposition in the Republican primary. I guess they did away with the Republican primary. All right, he is here for one reason, and that is to try to disrupt the Democratic primary. Now, can you imagine, in the midst of a global healthcare crisis, when we need a president who's on the phone, talking to scientists, talking to healthcare experts, trying to figure out how we're going to deal with this crisis? He is here in South Carolina for the only reason of trying to disrupt a Democratic primary. How pathetic! How pathetic is that? And that tells you all you need to know about this guy. All right? So we're going to beat him because we are putting together a multi-generational, multi-racial, grassroots movement in every state in this country. Working people in South Carolina, whether you're black or you're white or you're Latino, you know you can't make it on $7.25 an hour. And that's why we're going to raise that minimum wage to $15 an hour. We're going to to make sure that all of our kids have a decent education, and we're going to make public colleges and universities tuition free. And all over this country, we have a major healthcare crisis. 87 million people have no health insurance or are underinsured, and that crisis is even more acute here in South Carolina.
Yep.
So what we are going to do is what every other major country on earth does: guarantee health care to all people. We're going to take on the insurance companies. We're going to pass a Medicare for all single-payer program. And we are going to take on the pharmaceutical industry, who are ripping us off every single day. We are sick and tired of paying the highest prices in the world for prescription drugs. So today we tell the pharmaceutical industry, you're not going to rip us off anymore. And together we are going to pass real criminal justice reform and end a system that is broken and racist. I do not want in America to have more people in jail than any other country on earth. We're going to invest in our kids. We're going to invest in jobs. We're not going to invest in jails and more incarceration.
Yeah.
And we are going to move forward aggressively on immigration reform. I'm tired of the demonization of the undocumented. And together we are going to pass comprehensive immigration reform and a path toward citizenship. Tomorrow is an enormously important day, and I hope very much that we have the largest voter turnout in the history of the South Carolina primary. Donald Trump tries to divide us up based on the color of our skin, based on where we were born, based on our religious beliefs, based on our sexual orientation. If we stand together and demand decent wages for workers, if we stand together and demand health care for all, if we stand together and demand good quality education for all of our kids, if we stand together and demand that we combat climate change, make sure that we leave this planet healthy and habitable for future generations. If we stand together, not only will we defeat Donald Trump, we'll transform this country.
Yeah.
So let us go forward and create an economy and a government that works for all, not just the 1%.
Yeah.
Let's go forward and fight for economic justice, social justice, racial justice, and environmental justice. Aiken, thank you all very much.